interrupt this program for breaking news.
Breaking news right now, we are following a huge police presence at the North Hills Shopping Center in Raleigh. Right now we are checking into calls on what is happening there, but you can see right there all those police vehicles there on the side of where, if you're familiar with Coquettes and Firebirds, it is on that part of North Hills.
And Renee, I just called the ABC store over there to ask them if they knew what was going on, and someone inside said all they know is that a customer came in and pointed them to the window showing all these police cars that are outside, which is why we're having our news desk right now back in the assignment room trying to get more information in terms of what specifically is going on here.
And we have crews headed that way right now, reporters to figure out what the situation is, but look at that sheer number of police cars there. We are working to confirm whether there has been a shooting there, which, as you can see with this response, it is likely something large and something with big impacts, that you have all those officers there on the scene, a very urgent situation in that shopping center that so many people frequent and is certainly busy here as we approach the lunch hour.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's 11:10 right now, and people are likely headed there to get something to eat. And this is just a pretty busy intersection there. And I'm counting here at least 14 squad cars with Raleigh police. They have obviously the specific colors of their vehicles, so you can easily point those out. And just a moment ago, I did see someone running toward one of the vehicles there towards the left part of the screen. But again, this is why we have our teams headed to this scene right now, trying to get specifics with this and understand what exactly we are seeing during this police response.
And a producer is letting me know that from this view that we are able to see that at least one person was injured. And then also, Scott, if you can repeating it, EMS is there. Okay, EMS, of course, on the scene and then attending to that one person, at least one person injured, from what that is still in flux and something that we're trying to confirm here and figure out.
Yeah, we're in the process of trying to figure out if someone else may have been injured with this, especially given the amount of police that we see here on scene. This is what we're doing right now in the newsroom. We're essentially making calls where we have essentially an email thread going where we're trying to get confirmed information with this. But I will tell you this. According to the Raleigh Police Facebook page, they're saying that the Raleigh Police Department is responding to a shooting in the 4300 block of the Circle at North Hill Street. Officers are on scene and the public is advised to avoid the area as the investigation progresses.
Yeah, right now they are telling people to stay away from there as they are working this investigation. This scene could be quite expansive. As you know, the footprint of the North Hills Shopping Center is quite large. We have Brett Neese headed there, Chelsea Donovan, Destiny Patterson, Sean Gallagher, and Grace Haba all on this story as they head to that area, as well as making their calls to the different agencies to find out information on what is happening here at 1112, that large police presence at North Hills and Raleigh, and the Raleigh Police Department posting on Facebook that they are responding to a shooting there in the 4300 block of the Circle at North Hill Street.
Now, I'm hearing from our producer that Michelle McConaughey has just a little bit more information in the WRAL Live Center. Michelle, what are you hearing right now from where you are?
Well, there's a lot going on right now in the newsroom. We're hearing a lot from the assignment desk. We're working to get all of this confirmed, but you guys were just talking about that Facebook post. This is what the Raleigh Police Department posted. Again, Police Department responding to a shooting in the 4300 block of Circle at North Hill Street. Officers are on the scene. The public advised to avoid the area as the investigation is in progress. Sky 5 is on the way to the scene. As soon as Sky 5 gets there, we'll have that image for you here in the Live Center.
Thanks, Michelle. So Sky 5 is on the way, and this tower view that we're giving you right now, this is part of our live cam network that's operated by North Hills. Every morning and during the day, we'll show you a live look at North Hills, the shopping center, and right now that camera is zoomed in on that large police presence there around North Hills. near the Coquette and Firebirds restaurant. We do not know exactly where the shooting took place. We're just letting you know that as a reference on what part of North Hills where police are concentrating their efforts right now.
And one thing, this is clearly what's on our screen right now. There are a lot of people there. As you mentioned, we're nearing the lunch hour. So many people
Look at all
are
those
in
cars
this area.
in the
Exactly.
parking lot,
The
Chris.
parking lot
Yes.
in the northern part of this video there, you see plenty of people there. And you see there appears to be a motorcycle, possibly an officer on that motorcycle driving in that regard. But it's this response that we're seeing that speaks to the severity of this shooting reported at North Hills in Raleigh. Again, the public is urged to avoid this area. And what you're seeing on your screen, this is why, this heavy police response to this shooting reported at North Hills.
Let's check back in with the Live Center with Michelle and Sky 5 on the way and almost there.
Yeah, Sky 5 actually just got there. They just focused their camera on the scene. Take a look at this. This is giving you another aerial view of just how crazy this scene is right now. There are so many officers on scene. You can see a fire engine there. That entire intersection, really all of these cars waiting at the light trying to get around. But this entire section of North Hills to get in completely blocked off by, I counted, at least 20 cop cars. There is a huge law enforcement presence there. We are still trying to get a lot of this confirmed, what's going on, how many people may have been involved in this. As soon as we have that, we'll bring it to you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. And obviously our team members are headed out to this area, so we'll have an eye in the skies of what's going on there. But obviously on the ground, that's what we're trying to get. When I was speaking with the person who's at the ABC store, I asked him what could he see from there, and all he could say was there's just this large police presence here. Now, what we're seeing on our screen right now, we have officers that are there in the moment near that intersection in the North Hills. But again, this is a busy area where the shooting happened. So what we're trying to figure out is what exactly led up to this. That's really the big question here.
And from this perspective, a wider view here from Sky 5, they're showing you the scene with all those police cars. Closer up on that tower view, we were also able to see police officers walking around. They had their guns in their hands there. And then we also saw that perhaps at least one person injured with EMS there tending to that person. And we're working to find out how many more are injured from this reported shooting with Raleigh police there on the scene.
Now, one of the things that we're trying to get more information of is what exactly we were seeing on the screen there. It appears there possibly was someone in the road. Typically, that is where they cover someone with a sheet. That's what we saw for a moment. We don't want to zoom into that to show you. We're just trying to get more clarification from investigators if that is, in fact, what we're seeing. But that is what it appears to be at this reported shooting at the North Hills. But what Sky 5 is showing us right now, right next to what we're seeing from our tower cam in the North Hills, is this heavy police response. It really shows you the scope of these, I believe, Michelle said she counted about 20 different Raleigh Police Squad vehicles. This is how serious this situation is right now. But the question is, there was a shooting reported, but how many people are injured? That is what we're trying to get from Raleigh Police. But obviously they're busy right now, which is why we are trying to communicate with them as often as we can to get this information and to figure out when this threat could be over, because right now they are saying that the public is urged to avoid that area.
And folks, this has all been unfolding just within the past 15, 20 minutes as we heard about this. As soon as we knew there was a police presence there on the scene, we sent our crews there. We got Sky 5 up in the air, and here we are on the air with you to let you know what is happening there as this investigation unfolds. We know the large police presence as officers are investigating, and please, if you had any plans to head over to the North Hills area, if your commute takes you through that area, you'll want to avoid this area right now to give police the room and the space to do their investigation and to work that scene in order to keep as many people safe as possible.
No, one thing that is possible when something like this happens, when obviously it's, a lot of people that are in this area, this highly trafficked area, a bunch of people start calling 911. And so it is quite possible that dispatch is getting inundated with different calls. But that is why we're telling you right now, there is a shooting reported at North Hills, specifically reported at North Hill Street at the Circle, according to Raleigh Police. And the public is advised to avoid the area as this investigation progresses. But the challenge we have right here is trying to figure out what is specifically happening on the ground from a ground perspective, which is why WRAL is sending several teams out to the area to try to assess this.
This is such a popular center located